Welcome! I am the Overlord, and this is Crack-a-Pack, a show where I get to open Magic the Gathering booster packs to see what's inside, and today I have my favorite type of packs to crack, draft winnings. That's right, I went to my local game store, The Source, Friday night, and we played some Friday Night Magic. We had a draft. I played black, I played blue, I played artifacts, and it turns out that Marionette Master is insane. So I ended up getting second place and got my 4 packs here. So let's see what's inside. Starting off with the Chief of the Foundry. Always great to have. It's a 2/3 for 3. You don't need to be committed to any colors. And other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Those servos suddenly become twice as strong. You have some 1/1 Thropters? Wrong! They're 2/2 Thropters. Pretty amazing. Next, we have the Aether Torch Renegade. When it enters the battlefield, you get 4 energy. You can pay 2 energy, and it deals 1 damage to target creature, or you can pay 8 energy, and it deals 6 damage to target player. It's great if you're in like a huge energy sort of deck. Maybe splash a little red, get lots of energy. Think about it. If you had 16 energy, that's 12 damage to their face. By the time you get that much, maybe you're ready just to nuke them down from there. The Spark of Creativity. It's a sorcery. Choose target creature. Exile the top card of your library. You may have Spark of Creativity deal damage to that creature equal to the exiled card's converted mana cost. If you don't, you may play that card until end of turn. That's a pretty neat variance on red's direct damage. If you end up turning over a land, you can instead play that for the turn. Got a nice little forest there. And what will start off our awesome prize pack video? Let's see. It is the Lanthu Hellion. This was actually passed around quite a bit during the draft. For 3 mana, is a 4/4 with haste. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy, and at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice it unless you pay 2 energy. So chances are you can swing for 8 damage, especially if you get this on turn 3 early game. That's really hard to deal with. If you get it later on and the board state's kind of crazy, not so much, but it is a 4/4 to 3, and you get 2 energy when you play it. So, not spectacular, but we can't open up the masterpiece first because that doesn't build suspense. Alright, pack 2, we're starting off with the Arborback Girl. Arborback Stomper, if you want to be technical about it. For 5 mana, it is a 5/4, which at first doesn't seem too great, especially in green, but then you realize it has Trample, so it gets a little spicier. And when it enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. It's an incredible card. It's kind of like a Thagratusk Jr., and having all of that life, like, you just can't argue with that. Aetherborn Marauder. For 4 mana, it is a 2/2 flying lifelink, and when it enters the battlefield, move any number of +1/+1 counters from other permanents you control onto Aetherborn Marauder. This is great if you have lots of Fabricate stuff that you've been putting the 1/1 counters on, and now you just need to fly in and finish it off. You can certainly create a giant lifelinking beast with this. Otherwise, it's just kind of alright, but great in certain archetypes. And the Trusty Companion. You know, I've seen this used. I'm not too convinced about it. It's a super aggressive card. It can't attack alone, but is a 3/2 for 2 mana, and it has Vigilance. Do with it what you will. Neat little island there. So how will we follow up the Lothanuu Hellion? Hopefully with something a Hellion of a lot better. Here we go. Oh yeah! Smuggled in the money. Cha-ching! Smuggler's Copter. Alright, this is what I like to see. This says, night well played. Congratulations on winning some packs. It is the Smuggler's Copter. It costs 2. It is a 3/3 with flying. It has crew 1, and whenever it attacks or blocks, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This is nuts. This is money. This is just a really great value creature / artifact to have. Really easy to crew. It's just golden. I love it. And things can only go up from the Smuggler Copter. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Let's keep this hot streak alive. That is what you like to see. That is what I like to see. Iron League Steed. It is a 2/2 with haste and fabricate 1 for 4 mana. I think it's pretty alright. Sometimes you're just gonna need a 3/3 with haste to put some pressure on. Other times you're gonna need to go a little bit wider and get that fabricate creature. Combos well with that Chief of Foundry there though. So that's pretty cool. Whirly Maker. In my opinion, this is a great late game card when you have tons of mana and you're in top deck wars with your opponent. Because then, yeah, each turn you can create a 1/1 colorless Thropter artifact creature token with flying if you pay 4 mana and tap it. Other than that though, it's not a really good early game because you would much rather be playing bigger, badder things than 1/1 Thropters. And we have a Glimmer of Genius. It is an instant. You scry 2, then draw 2, then get 2 energy. It's 2/2/2, not quite the jackpot that 777 is, but it's still decent filler if you really need card draw, or if you're in a strong energy theme, then you could get some work out of it. But for 4 mana to draw a few cards, I'm not super excited about that. We have the Energy Reservoir, the thing that they forgot to print in the first release of these boxes here. What will we find when we finally get off the Smuggler's Copter? We have Pia. She is a 2/2 for 3. When she enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thropter artifact creature token with flying. You can pay 1 in a red, target artifact creature gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Or you can pay 1, sacrifice an artifact to target creature can't block. I like the fact that she's like throwing artifacts at creatures so that they get distracted and aren't able to block. That's pretty funny. Overall, she's alright. I don't think I have any use for her in any kind of deck. In limited, she's pretty strong though, so there's that. So we won't see any possibilities of a masterpiece in this set, but that's okay because we haven't opened a Planeswalker yet this video, so perhaps there is one just waiting for us at the end of this pack. In the meantime, we're gonna chill with the Contraband Kingpin. It is a 1/4 for 2, it has lifelink, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. I had to pass one of these for a better card, but I would have really liked to play this in my deck. You get a bunch of scry effects. It's a 1/4 on turn 2, so it's going to stop a lot of the early game aggro, and you get a little bit of life from it as well. I like that a lot. Wisp Weaver Angel. For 4 and 2 whites, it is a 4/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile another target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So yeah, nice to get a few extra bounce effects, and as a 4/4 flyer. Big stuff, good stuff. And another Whirly Maker. Neato. More energy. Alright, building up that energy. We're gonna put some swamp into the energy right now and see what we get. Alright, this is the last prize pack. I'm already pretty happy with the Smuggler's Copter, but why stop there? Why not open even more amazing things to end it all off for today? So let's find out once and for all what is in the prize packs. Fumigate. Alright, it's decent. I might be able to find a deck for it. It's not particularly valuable, but it is a slightly better than what's been going around with the board wipes recently. For 5 mana, it is a sorcery that destroys all creatures, and you gain 1 life for each creature you destroy in this way. And they're destroying a lot of the little cute gremlin things. Poor little guys. Poor little guys, they're like little lemurs. Destroying the lemurs, it's so sad. So here we have it, the MVPs of the pack. You know, I really like the Chief of the Foundry. Effects like that are always worth hanging on to for your collection because you never know when you're just gonna build that crazy Servo Thropter deck. Contraband Kingpin seems like really good value. I don't think I have 4 of those yet. And of course we have the all-stars of the pack. We have Fumigate, great, get rid of everything. Board wipe, gain some life off of it. Hopefully you start to build a board state faster than your opponent. We have Lanthu Hellion, super aggro, gets you some energy, and if you already have a bunch of energy, you can just keep on swinging to the face. We have Pia, gets you some Thropters, lets you do funky things with artifacts, and that's always good. And then of course, the star of the show, Smuggler's Copter! The flying, it loots, it has a crew, cost of only 1. It is a 3/3 artifact. Vehicle, it is money. So if you'd like to take a ride in the Smuggler's Copter over here into Good Time Land and discard your funk, then go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button, check out the links below for the Facebook, for the Twitter, so that you can follow all of my crazy shenanigans on the social media. If you are a rebel, like PNLR, and you just have to rebel against the Overlord, then you can click that dislike button. But then, there will be a revolt! So I warn you if you do. And with that being said, that's all I have for this episode, so go now, my minions! Be free!